Hi boys and girls. We're here to introduce you to types of listening performance. In order to choose a lesson objective, technique, or activity, you should think about what kind of listening performance your students need to develop.
You can conduct observations and/or interviews with students and their other teachers to assess their needs.
There are 6 types of listening that you should consider: reactive listening, intensive listening, responsive listening, selective listening, extensive listening, and interactive listening. We will now give details about these various types of listening.
1. Reactive listening. The student is like a tape recorder. Students listen and repeat.
2. Intensive listening. Students focus intensively on listening to one element of spoken language, such as
pronunciation,
learning new words,
stress patterns,
and grammatical structures.
The 3rd type is responsive listening. This involves short stretches of teacher language designed to elicit immediate learner responses.
This can be accomplished by asking questions, giving commands, seeking clarification, and checking comprehension.
4th is selective listening. Students listen to longer stretches of discourse and scan the material for selected types of information. Discourse material examples include
speeches,
media broadcasts,
stories,
anecdotes,
and recorded conversations.
Using selective listening, students can listen for names, dates, facts, events,
main ideas, supporting details, and conclusions.
Listening type number 5 is extensive listening. This is a top-down type of performance in which the listener has to develop a big picture of spoken language. The student must develop a comprehensive understanding of the message or the purpose of the communication.
Extensive listening may need to be supplemented with skills like note-taking or the use of graphic organizers.
6th and lastly, we come to interactive listening. Learners use all of the 5 skills listed previously as they engage actively in activities such as
debates,
anecdotes,
discussions,
conversations,
role plays,
pair work, and group work.
And now, for the good stuff. Activity design principles.
What should you contemplate when designing activities for your ELLs?
1. When integrating language competency skills, don't overlook specific listening training.
2. Ensure that techniques, content, and activities are intrinsically motivating.
3. Use authentic language and contexts.
4. Ensure you have planned a response that can demonstrate the learner's levels of comprehension.
5. Encourage the development of listening strategies. Teach your students how to learn.
6. Include bottom-up and top-down techniques.
Bottom-up processing presents the bits and pieces of language at the bottom, which work up to the meaning of the message.
Top-down processing begins at the top, with activation of prior knowledge, working down to the interpretation of the message.
Now for listening activities. For beginners, here are some bottom-up ideas.
Discrimination, intonation contours.
Discrimination, phonemes.
Selective, morphological endings.
Selective, details from text.
Normal sentence word order.
Top-down, ideas for beginners.
Discrimination, emotional reactions. Getting the gist of a sentence. Recognizing the topic.
Interactive, ideas for beginners.
Build a semantic network of word associations. Recognize and categorize a familiar word. Follow directions.
Here are some listening activities for intermediate learners.
Bottom up. Recognizing fast speech forms. Finding the stress syllable. Recognizing words with reduced syllables. Recognizing linked words. Recognizing pertinent details.
Top-down. Analyze discourse structure. Identify speaker or topic. Evaluate themes and motives. Find main idea and supporting details. Make inferences.
Interactive. Speech registers and tones of voice. Missing grammar markers. Clarify meaning. Build expectations. Confirm expectations. Compare predictions. Comprehending text.
Don't fall asleep yet. We're almost at the end.
Listening activities for advanced learners. Bottom Up. Note-taking. Lecture. Sentence features. Lecture. Organizational cues. Specific information. Lexical and suprasegmental markers. Try saying that, in Creole.
Top, down. Lecture, predict focus and direction. Lecture, predict content. Lecture, find main idea.
Interactive. Determine accuracy of prediction. Main idea. Make inferences. Fill in missing information. Discover misstatements.
Thank you for joining us for this rudimentary introduction to listening activities for English language learners.
And, thank you, Dr. Cuter, for your great wealth of information that we could draw from.
Bye now.